All right. This hand is an imminent doom away from just winning, but we'll keep it. So we're not casting, obviously we're not casting Crash Through on turn 1. We are going to do the Defiant Kenra into the Scrapper, though, because we don't have the imminent doom yet. But this will at least let us start our chain, and ideally we'll find some other 2 and 3 drops along the way. All right. If we draw imminent doom, I obviously will wait. I'm going to be a patient man if that's the case. If I had like Bantu's Last Reckoning in my hand too, I would totally wait, but I don't. What do we got? Blood Rage Brawler, jeez. It's a strong one. I'm like an Abrade away from taking care of that problem. Alright. Playing the Kenra. Alright. This is kind of what I was talking about with Sam in the spoiler video. The fact that there are 2 mana 4/3s now, it really does just change. I mean, it's crazy, is what I'm trying to say. It's absolutely insane that there are 4 mana or 2 mana 4/3s. That's just ridiculous. I mean, I could have played the Scrapper and prepared for a double block on Brawler. It doesn't seem right, though. Because if they have anything, we're just losing everything. If they have anything, we lose everything, and that equals not so good. Well, no play is good. I have a feeling we're going to walk into a Sandblast here. Ah, Blazing Volley. Yeesh. Alright, well, now that we drew another 1-drop, we can at least play the Crash Through, which is good. Magmaroth. Well, that's actually pretty good. So, let's get in there. Vizier of Deferment. Okay. Okay. Well, Struggle to Survive, I think we're actually going to play because if they have anything for my Magmaroth, we're kind of toast. So I am just going to be patient here. Okay, good. So now we can Struggle to Survive the Brawler. We'll take 2 and go to 4. We'll have Magmaroth next turn, which is pretty reasonable. We are at 4, though. They have 2 cards in hand. Puncturing Blow is not bad. Let's get the Magmaroth down for now, though. Oh, perfect. Blazing Volley has a target. One card in their hand. Alright, so we might just have to burn through our stuff here. Although if I draw that... Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Alright, this is fine, actually. This is good. So we play Blazing Volley. We blow up their dude. And I'm sure they're like, what? Blazing Volley main deck? What are you, crazy? And I say, yes, sir, I am. Alright, well, Scrounger Souls came right in the nick of time. So we smash for 5, play the Scrounger of Souls, and pass. I mean, we're pretty thankful they went all out to kill us by using their Electrify on a Defiant Kenra, so in that respect, we're pretty fortunate. Thorned Mullock. Okay. So Puncturing Blow the Mullock, and then smash, gain some life back. Very necessary, as you might imagine. Prepared to block at this point. That's good news. I suppose since we're gaining life, that does make sense. Well, now the Imminent Doom's not exciting at all. We already used all our resources. I remember I did have an opponent say to me, can't believe you're playing... Yeah, I believe he said, can't believe you're playing that card. It's the worst with Imminent Doom. And it's like, look, Mr. Spoilsport, apparently you don't like to have a fun time, but I do. All right. I'm trying to think of... I always need to check if there's a reason I'm supposed to be sandbagging lands. Oh yeah, Merciless Javelineer is a good reason to sandbag lands. I don't think there's anything else though. Okay. So I will sandbag lands for Merciless Javelineer. Once I've gotten to 8, so I think I'm good. Once we're at 6, we can do everything. So after 6, sandbag lands for Merciless Javelineer. So do I offer the Magmaroth trade for the Initiate? Well, hopefully I don't have to make that decision. Hopefully I can just... Well, alright, we're offering the trade, I suppose. Now, if I was splashing green, I could cast this from my graveyard, but that's okay. Now, I could have just attacked with Scrounger of Souls, but I think it doesn't really matter the next turn because Magmaroth would just be a 2/2 anyway. So if Magmaroth's just getting smaller, I would say it pretty much did its job. Ooh, it's pretty useful for them here. I mean, thankfully our Scrounger was completely game altering. Came at exactly the right time. Once again, sandbagging lands for Merciless Javelineer. Alright, we're gonna go for it. Alright, they did have the card, unfortunately for us. So they get all the values. I really didn't think that was their last card, though, so I'm curious if they just drew that. Yeah, they literally did just draw that, because otherwise they would have taken care of Scrounger of Souls like 5 turns ago. So it's just one of those situations that's unfortunate, but did just happen. All right, so now they can do some stuff and things. So they could totally win this now. Absolutely. Them drawing the Sandblast was as game altering as us drawing the Scrounger of Souls. So, oh, well, how about I just draw this and I kill you? How does that sound? Does that sound like a good plan? Sounds okay to me. I like it. I think it's a good plan. I personally like it. So luck into luck into luck. I like it. All right. All right, Blazing Volley did its job. Admittedly, it was... Should I just swap into white for the God Pharaoh's Faithful? Not as ridiculous as you might think. Like, basically, I drop... I have... Alright, I could actually... Okay, let me count how many black cards I have. I have... Because these are good in this matchup. Especially with Imminent Doom. Buying that time. Like, I can cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards and bring in 2 of these, this, or this, 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 and this. I can bring in these 6. So the question is, would I rather have more 1-drops that can block and gain me life, but I lose my board wipe? I mean, considering how much work Scrounger did, I'm a little reticent to do that. But it's not a bad idea. Honestly, God Pharaoh's Faithful is are very good in a matchup like this, I think. I presume they are. They block and they gain life. I mean, what more do you really want to do against an aggro deck? How many things do they block that our opponent played? It blocks... Does not block the Blood Rage Brawler, unfortunately. Trying to think if it's actually better. Like, having all these cyclers is kind of nice, too. Fling seems a bit awkward, but... In response to your removal spell, blow your thing up, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty bad with God Pharaoh's Faithful. This is tough. I feel like this gets a lot worse. This is actually difficult. I'm running out of time, so I kind of feel like keeping it the same. Oh, I get farm to market too? Oh, man. Alright, I might have to swap for the next time. I took too long. Unless I could do it in 20 seconds, which I don't think I can. Oh, ran out of time, I think. That's okay. No biggie. I didn't save it, so we're still the black deck. I think if it does get to game 3, I will swap into the white deck, though. That does seem slightly better to me. I think we're going to keep this hand, too. I mean, it's tough because Bantu's Last Reckoning is a board wipe, which is good, but we'll keep this hand. We have no red mana, but Bantu's Last Reckoning has got to be decent, right? Basically, it was a tough decision because I wasn't sure if white was actually better, but that's only because I forgot about farm to market. You know, Jeru's Renunciation is very unexciting too, but the fact that you can cycle it, to me, I mean, it's at least a better cycler than Scarab Feast. You know, honestly, maybe white is just better than red for us. It seems a bit ridiculous. I mean, there's certainly matches where God Pharaoh's Faithful is horribly unexciting, like basically any non-aggressive deck, any sort of ramp deck, you're going to be really unhappy if that God Pharaoh's Faithful. But, alright, that's actually kind of sweet. So now we can... technically, you can cast Scarab Feast, exile up to 3 target cards. So you can cast it as a 1-drop that does nothing. That is actually more relevant than you might think. Well, we do have the Blazing Volley. So, herein lies the question. Do I take my 2-for-1 with Bantu's Last Reckoning? I'm not sure that I do. What I can do is... next turn I can play the Scrapper, which I know seems a bit crazy because I have Bantu's Last Reckoning, but I definitely want them to either play a removal spell or play more creatures. I might take my 2-for-1. I haven't decided if it's worth it yet. The Pain Cat. God, I want to... You know, how, do you guys have any idea how badly I want to draw Blazing Volley right here? God, can you imagine if I drew it? Can you imagine? Alright. So, do I want to take 5 damage minimum? No, I think that we go... Let's just take our 2-for-1. Good enough for me. We don't untap next turn, but we did just get rid of 2 fairly good threats. Especially given that their deck is, what, primarily just a good mix of removal and other things. Alright. Well, we can cycle the Scarab Feast now because Inciter is our 1-drop. I guess by the same token we could just play the Inciter, but I think I would rather cycle Scarab Feast and look for something like an Imminent Doom, for example. Emberhorn Minotaur. Alright, so that's our... Okay, so... Okay, so we don't have the second red for Puncturing Blow. So I think we have to Torment of Venom the Minotaur. Which I suppose is fine. Should we play around Fling or a Pump Spell? I think so. I don't want to play the Inciter either because of Imminent Doom, so let's just Torment that now. This does actually pump his Lizard up, I guess, but that's alright, whatever. Maybe he's got 2 spells in hand and it's actually useful. Yeah, it makes more sense that he would just take the 3. Just hard casting that to get in with the Lizard does make sense. 1 card left in their hand. I swear we have 2 Doom Dissenters in our deck. I swear. I'm not lying. We do have 6 mana now, though, so at least we can play the Magmaroth and the Doom Dissenter, which is actually pretty good. Now, granted, we don't have the chain anymore for Imminent Doom, but I want to prevent some damage at the moment. It's a little bit higher on my priority list. So we know they have Sandblast in their deck, but what can we do about that? Alright, so they have Sandblast in their hand, Which I suppose means we just block like this. I don't know how we're going to play around Sandblast for the rest of the game. It seems difficult to do, but we're going to do this for now. Especially given that Magmaroth gets weaker. Alright, well that's good news. So, it's Puncturing Blow here. Like I said, pretty difficult to play around Sandblast for the rest of the game, but guess we'll do what we can. So we're leaving the zombie back to block the Vizier of Deferment, which is pretty silly, I know, but I'm not exactly sure what else to do. I don't know how to protect my Magmaroth is the problem. I don't think I have a way to protect my Magmaroth. Aven. Alright, so Aven's a big problem. We're going to have to find one of our removal spells here. So this is at least a situation where we can attack with Magmaroth, though, which is nice. But we're going to die to that Aven pretty quick if we don't find a removal spell. So we've got multiple flyers to deal with now. So badly do I want the chain to get going here, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I guess we just die. So I will swap into the white plan. I think it's better. We lose the Bantu's Last Reckoning, but I think that's alright. We do have 2 Imminent Dooms in my deck. I do promise you that. I'm not lying when I say that. We have 2 Imminent Dooms in our deck. No lie. Not joking. Not exaggerating. We have 2. And we have seen all of 0 in 2 games, which is disappointing. But, alright. So dumping black. Bringing in white, which is Farm to Market. The 2 Faithfuls. Renunciation. Maybe we can dump the Kopesh too, because we still have the 5 1-drops. And Kopesh is particularly bad in this matchup, I would say. So then we could bring in... Jet seems fairly underwhelming here too. Well, we have the Shefet Dunes, which might actually be relevant in this deck, believe it or not. Let's dump this. Let's just get our mana ready now. So we need 6 planes. Come on. Okay, so we have our 16 lands. Now we need 3 more cards. So Fling is actually good against the removal spells. You Sandblast in response, I'll just throw my dude at you. Actually pretty useful in this match, because they have like Electrify and Open Fire too. 2 more spots. Can do the Ceradon, I guess, because it cycles. Maybe we just do the 2 Ceradon. Is it time for Jet? It just seems like Jet in particular is bad in this matchup, whereas Ceradon can at least serve as something that can block or be cycled. I mean, I don't have another 5 drops, so it's going to be tough to get from 5 to 6 anyway, but yeah, I guess this is about as good as we can hope for. I mean, I could do the Jet for diversity's sake. Alright, let's just do it. Why not? Alright, so, yeah. Do this version of the deck. I suppose. We lose the Bantu's Last Reckoning, but we gain some early life gain. I don't know, we'll try it out. We'll play first. We'll keep this. I knew we had Imminent Doom in there somewhere. Alright, so now we get to hold off on the God Pharaoh's Faithful. We can play the Kenra, though, but yeah, I mean, obviously we want to maximize that God Pharaoh's Faithful. It's a little bit awkward, too, going Imminent Doom into God Pharaoh's Faithful, but it makes sense. I mean, it's what we need to do. So because we have the Abrade, it is why I can play the Kenra, because we still are doing everything we need to do. We do need to find a land, so I'm totally willing to cycle Inferno Jet, despite it being 12 damage with Imminent Doom at some point. Opening with the Raminap Ruins, okay. Alright, drawing, got it. A second God Pharaoh's Faithful. Well, you know what's better than 1 God Pharaoh's Faithful? 2. Okay. So I could have cycled a Jet, but this is fine. No 2-drop play. Sure. Give me that mana. There it is, baby. Give me that Imminent Doom. Gain me that life. Get that chain going. That's what I want to see, baby. That's right, opponent. We got 2 of those. I know you saw 0 in games 1 and 2, but we have 2 of them. Now our hand looks pretty nuts. We can just kill things. Now, granted, our opponent has 7 spells in hand? No, we can't assume that. They very easily could just as easily not have that many in hand, so. But they gotta be terrified to play 1 toughness creatures now, right? Mirage Mirror, sure. I guess we can be pretty patient. Because, I mean, we have Imminent Doom and all, but... Alright, since we drew another 2-drop, now we can just... We can just play a 2-drop. Or we could cycle the Jet. Both options are fine. The Prowess guy versus the straight 2/2. I guess we'll play the Prowess guy and pass. Oh yeah, we have a braid for Mirage Mirror too. That's pretty cool, actually. Thresher, Lizard. Alright. They're finally ready. They're like, I've had enough. If you got it, you got it. And oh boy, do we got it. So let's go. I'm trying to think if it's worth it to kill the Mirage Mirror. I mean, I want to save it for their flyers. Is my main issue. Because that's going to be a bigger deal. If they don't have the flyer, they can't copy with Mirage Mirror anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I think we just go Faithful, 1 to you, Kenra, 2 to Lizard. And then gain 2 and because like I said, I'd rather kill an Aven of Enduring Hope than blow up around Mirage Mirror, I'm pretty sure. The problem is if they have the Oketra's Attendant, it may actually make more sense to us to hope to get like a hope to get what? Hope to get like a puncturing blow, perhaps. But if they have the Aven of Enduring Hope, even though they gain the life, I'd rather them have that than the Attendant. We'll see what they've got. It's got to be one of those, though. I'm pretty sure. So we still have 5 or 6 3-drops. No, 5 3-drops. Actually, is that right? I took out Bonte's Last Reckoning. Oh, I have a farm to market, I suppose, too. No play. That's fascinating. So they do Mirage Mirror and then I mean, I can abrade it. This is a bit strange. I think we're just gonna, I guess, abrade it, which is admittedly odd, but I guess we make them pay the mana. And if they really want to use, a Sandblast on a Kenra or a Nimbleblade Kenra, I think we got to accept that too. So we're going to attack with our 2 dudes and then abrade the Mirage Mirror when they act. Actually, no, it becomes. Oh, that's right. Because remember, it doesn't stay. Okay. This is still fine. This is still fine. Because remember, if I do it, if I abrade now, they can use it again, is the problem. But I can also just deal damage to it, so I guess it's actually fine. I'd rather use Fling, I think, because abrade is a little more useful to me here. Like, I'd rather use Fling if they have, say, like a Sandblast or something. Okay, so now I can... Wait. Because it's an additional cost, it's not 2 power, is it? So, yeah, if I cast Fling, it only is going to deal 1 damage, because like I said, it's an additional cost. So, and it's a cost to cast it, so it's not going to work. Which I suppose is Okay, alright. I'm not going to waste fling otherwise, so we'll just let this go down. I wonder if I can... till end of turn. So once it turns back, can I blow it up? But I guess the thing is I kind of don't want it to, and it doesn't because it's end of turn, so it didn't give me a chance to do that anyway. Frontline Devastator. Well, hopefully he just activates Mirage Mirror and then we can abrade the Devastator, which we will do. Oh, well, that's good news. I'll just kill you now. Gain some life. Good. Good. Still just patiently waiting for that 3-drop spell. We have 5 remaining, I think, or maybe 4. I honestly cannot remember. Another Imminent Doom off the top would be kind of sweet. I wouldn't complain. I really don't want to cycle Inferno Jet so much, though. I mean, the issue with Inferno Jet is 6 damage is not going to win me the game currently, but could at some point, maybe, if I'm lucky. No play, I guess that's good news. Maybe they got flooded too. Or I guess we're not getting flooded necessarily, but... So we need a 3-drop. I don't really want to cast... I don't really want to trade a fling or a puncturing blow for a God Pharaoh's Faithful, so I guess we still have to remain patient here. Like, if I trade the fling for a... I have to trade my Kenra too. It's not worth it. Now, I may, if they cast one of their flyers, just puncturing blow it just to get it away so I don't have to deal with Mirage Mirror. Like, I want to keep my... I want my Imminent Doom chain to do something, but at the same time... I don't know. We're also ahead on the clock, which is relevant. Oh, there's our 3-drop. Alright. We're golden. So... So now it can't turn anymore, so we struggle it. Gain some life. Deal 3 to you. Kill that. What do we got? Open fire on my dude. Alright, they're like, no more damage to me. And they gain a life, so it actually worked out reasonably well for them. I could fling at them. It's not worth it again. It's not worth it. We have actual higher power dudes. 2 damage to them for a card doesn't really seem worth it to me, especially considering we have puncturing blow now. Although maybe that is an argument to do it. I don't know. So yeah, we can play Inciter, I suppose. It's an actual beater that gains us life. Well, Godfar's faithful have been, I mean, they've gained us 10 life. They didn't block anything this game, though. I mean, I'm not complaining. We're doing good right now. The question is, what does our opponent have that we need to be fearful of? Not lands. That is for sure. Not lands. Alright, do we want to cycle the Renunciation? It's not doing me a ton of good here. I guess I should have cycled it to see if I got a creature to give haste. That would have made more sense. Sandblast. Well, okay. Better that than whatever I possibly could have hasted, I guess. So we'll cycle the Renunciation. Ooh, Granitic Titan, nice. Okay, so we can puncture that with blows. Although, I think I'm going to cast the Granitic Titan. Now, the reason I'm doing that is we're ahead on the race substantially. And they have one card left, so it could actually... I mean, the funny thing is I needed to draw that land even to be able to cast Granitic Titan, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, I think this does in fact make sense. Like, I could use Puncturing Blow on it, but what I'd rather do is have them play a second creature and then just go, Puncturing Blow, kill that, kill this. No! Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to wait till next turn to Puncturing Blow that dude. No cards left in hand. So we don't need more lands. We can sandbag. Oh wait, now we don't have any reason to sandbag, do we? No, we don't. Okay. So I guess we do actually play the land. So Puncturing Blow. Next turn, I'm still, I guess, saving Inferno Jet because I could still draw Gilded Ceradon. So we want them to play a creature here. But if they don't, then they don't. No creature, okay. So, burn their face instead. Oh, too bad you can't attack with Godfair as Faithful. Am I right? Alright, they're drawing exactly what they need to win. And right in the right order, too. Because like I said, I needed them to play that last turn so I could do that, but that's okay. Alright, so we do this Scrapper now. They're drawing exactly what they need. They really are. So I can fling it now. The question is it worth it? Let me see what other creatures I have. I have Magmaroth, Ceradon, and I think I brought in one of the 6/4s, right? So flinging now doesn't quite do enough. We do only have one 5-drop though, which is a bit unfortunate. Alright. It's unfortunate, once again, that they're drawing kind of exactly what they need here. Alright, farm to market was an excellent draw. So do I get in for 4 now? I think I do. It's the same damage. And this way, if they have yet another sandblast or whatever. Oh, I see. Actually, now I can. Okay, yeah, we just win. We just win. All right, there it is. Got the victory. The white deck paid off. Got there. Got to abuse Imminent Doom a little bit. Is the white deck better than our black deck? That is kind of the question, isn't it? I mean, we do get a little more versatility with our white deck, don't we? Basically, so what's the perks of the black deck are Bantu's less, like, it might actually just make more sense to play the Faithful and just try and buy time to abuse Imminent Doom. All right, you know what? I'm going to swap to, this is strange, but in between rounds here, I'm going to swap to permanent white deck, main deck, and then we'll swap to black deck, I guess, if necessary. So, all right, we'll see you in round 2.